Hey everyone, this is Madge
One
101
with the Gilliards. How y'all doing out there today? We're gonna continue our topic, talking about staying committed to your vows. Yeah, let you start today.
What part was we on?
Better or worse.
For better or for worse. Okay, for better or for worse, that could be a multitude of things. We wouldn't say that you should stay through cheating unless you prayed about it and y'all talked about it. Yeah, we late, Pierre. We late. So we wouldn't say that, but for better or for worse is the vows that we're going to be talking about today. So those vows are the ones that people really get tested in, because they just, any sign of trouble, a lot of people just cop out and be like, I can't do this, I'm not going to do this or whatever else like that. And it's like, you said for better or for worse, just because y'all having arguments and everything doesn't mean that that's when the time for you to give up. When you are arguing, you're supposed to not fight against one another, but you're supposed to be fighting with one another, because for one, marriages of God, so the enemy doesn't want marriages to be. So there's going to be some discord in the marriage, because for one, you're two individual people still becoming one. No matter how long you've been together, you're still two individual people, and you're growing. You're not the same person that you were when you first met. So as a person is growing, there's going to be different things and that's going to come up, and then there's going to be different situations. And then sometimes you may even feel that you have went through certain situations already, but yet and still you see it again. It's like, okay, we got to revisit things. A lot of times you have to revisit things, especially if you didn't pass the test the first time. So it's just like in school, when you didn't pass the test, you had to go and retake that test over. So that's just like everything, things in life, and even in your marriage. So when you don't pass the test properly the first time, you're going to see certain things come up, especially if you never close on whatever the issue was. Because a lot of times people will probably either sweep it under the rug, or they'll go to bed angry, and you're not supposed to go to bed angry with your spouse, because you never know if you're going to wake up to a cold body. You don't know what's going to happen within that day. So you should never ever go to bed angry with your spouse. So get it right before you even lay down and close your eyes with your spouse. So just having like arguments or whatever, or just like it's just a rough time in that thing, you should stick it through. And most of the time we fight against each other during those times when it's the for better for worse. We fight against each other because it's like, you getting on my nerve, she getting on my nerve. It's just like you're at odds, but you need to come together. You have to talk. Communication, like we first talked about, communication is the key in how you're going to get through with that worst part. And always remember that you're not fighting against your spouse. Fight with your spouse. Always fight with your spouse, not against them. You got something else?
I already started off saying I'm working on that, y'all. Better or worse, for better or worse. People they didn't want to deal with the worst.
They don't.
But you're going to have discord in your marriage. It's like, it ain't always be perfect. Some people may look on the outside and see everything all glamorous. Like, people might think our marriage perfect,
but they don't even know.
We have our for better or for worse. Even though we've been married 15 years, we still have isms and schisms that come up.
We sure do.
And we just, we deal with it. Sometimes we get frustrated with just dealing with the kids, but you got to continue to stick together. So you're going to have those those bad times. And don't be fooled if you're thinking about marriage like every day going to be sunshine.
No.
You're going to have days where you're going to feel like, I can't stand this woman, or I can't stand this man. And but you just got to continue to stick it through. And one thing I always say help us was Jesus. And I said that Christ is the glue that keeps us together. Because many days I prayed and shed tears because I've been ready to give up. But I know I had to continue to do what I need to do for my family, because I grew up, and many of y'all, if y'all watched my previous videos, I grew up without my dad. So one of the things I've been determined to do is make sure that if I have any kids and stuff, that I'm gonna be there. That if I get married, I'm gonna stick it in with my wife. So that been one of the goals that I had. Like, you know what I mean? When stuff come up, that keep playing in the back of my head. So that keeps me to continue to fight on for our marriage. But it be times when you feel like I can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
This is to my wits end. They ain't listening, whatever the case may be. But you gotta keep striving. And even sometimes when the worst times, I know you have situations like me. I lost my mother, and 5 years later, I lost my brother. Then a month later, I lost my grandma. So those was worst times for me in my life. You know what I mean? Those who have lost their mother, you know how that feel when you lost your mother, and then that's that person that that really is your rock, man. Your mom is like your everything besides your wife. So when I went through that time, that was a hard time for me, especially when I lost my brother. Those that know my brother, y'all, they would know how close me and him was. So when he passed away, I went through almost like a depression.
Yeah.
And even though I'm a preacher, you know, sometimes people feel like, oh, you're a minister, but I went through it. It was like I said, I lost my mother 5 years, and then 5 years later, I'm losing my brother that I've been real close to. And I went through almost like a depression stage for a little while. All I wanted to do, I stayed in the room. I didn't include my wife in anything. I didn't tell her how I feel. I was just wanting to be by myself. Didn't want to go to church. And that's the stage I've been in. But I thank God for her being a godly woman and praying and understanding what I was going through. Because even when I lost my mother, I was hurt. Yeah, that's my mother. But it was just kind of strange that I guess it was two people that I lost. So that's why I got in that state. And it was real rough, man. I was going through a lot of things. Just a lot of things were playing in my head, wanting to drink and smoke and all that stuff. And I ain't did those things since I've been in my early 20s, but all these things was coming up, you know what I mean? And when you're married and your spouse lose someone, even if your spouse is not close to that person, which she was close to my mother and my brother, but it pulls, it tugs on your marriage, because if one going through, the other is going through. And I really kind of blocked her out, to be honest. Like, I wasn't communicating with her. I was just in the room, didn't want to talk to nobody, didn't want to go to church, and I just wanted to be to myself. And that was a tough time during our marriage, because she wanting to be there for me, and I'm not really allowing her to be there for me. But I thank God that, like I say, for her praying and understanding, like, and knowing me, she know me, and she know that something ain't right. He ain't acting how he usually act, and I believe that's what made her pray and stuff more. You okay?
Yeah.
Yes, this excuse. It was real touchy, you know what I mean? Especially losing my mom and my brother. I love them dearly, man. It's like, so that was tough, man. Like, so sometimes you get to a stage where when you lose somebody, and you might feel like, oh, my wife ain't really there for me. She ain't really giving me the attention I need. I need her by my side, which she was, but I'm just saying where what can be going through your head during that time. So we just, you definitely gotta stay strong and stay prayed up, and just be that rock for that spouse, for that loved one. And even if because even when I've been acting funny, she didn't act funny back. She just, encouraged me and say, well, you can't stay in this room, and come on, let's go do something. But I really just kind of pushed her away. I didn't want to do anything, and it was a tough time. So even in your marriage, you're gonna have those better or worse times. And a lot of times, the worst time ain't just because y'all at odds. Sometimes things can happen when you lose somebody in your life, and you kind of push one another away. Oh, baby, cry. It's all good though. We don't hardly talk about it like that,
We
so
don't.
it's kind of
We don't.
kind of touchy, you know what I mean? But that's one of those better for worse times, or even when you may have your spouse mother is sick or father is sick, and they really gotta maybe they have to go and stay with their parent for a little while, and then you at home. All that kind of stuff is kind of dealing with the better or for worse. We haven't really had to deal with that because well, my mama was sick, but she was staying with us at the time, so it wasn't like I had to leave or anything. So it was kind of different for us because she was in the house with us. But I've known and seen where a mother or father gets sick, and that husband or wife gotta go and take care. And you gotta really be understanding doing no better than worse times, man. Because the worst thing is for you to not be supportive, and they're already going through, and then you and your feelings, and it just make it worse. So you gotta just recognize what going on at that time and how you should react to it. Even if it's really bothering you, sometimes you gotta pick the right time to say something. Even in communication, and that's one thing you have to learn. It's always a wrong and a right time to say something. Even if it's hurting, sometimes it's just not the right time. And you may feel like, okay, I'm gonna do it now, and then it make it worse. And it makes it worse.
Timing is everything. It truly is. He talked about, because even when his mom passed, and how long after Mother's Day? Mother's Day probably was like a month or so away, and I got angry with him, because it was Mother's Day, and he was like, I'm not celebrating Mother's Day, or I'm not doing this. And I was like, I understand that your mom passed and it hurts. This is your first Mother's Day without your mom, but you have a wife. You're forgetting about me. And it may sound selfish that I say you're forgetting about me, but I was understanding. I knew what he was going through, but it was like, his mom wasn't that type of person to get down about things. You would never know that she was down about something. And I just felt like he checked out on me. He really checked out on me at that moment. And I really didn't, it hurt my feelings. But I didn't get angry with it. Did I yell at you? No, I didn't yell. I just was upset, and I explained to him, because if I would have got mad and was in my feelings about it, and matter of fact, I don't even think I really said anything. I think I talked to my pastor about it. I told my pastor about it, because she's like a mother to both of us. She's like a godmom to both of us. And I told my pastor about it, and she talked to him and kind of explained, and he understood, even though I knew it was a rough time. And anytime, like when birthdays or whatever come around, I make sure that we try to go down into the grave and try to celebrate his mom, put flowers down there and everything. And after when his brother died, that was really hard. If I start crying, y'all just forgive me. I really miss my brother. But anyway, but after his brother died, that was a shocker. So it took everybody through a little thing, and it really took him through something. Because they were getting close and everything, and then my brother-in-law was sick. He got really sick, and he stayed in the hospital with him when he was going through, and when we thought we was going to lose him at that time. So that's really what took a toll on him, because we saw the worst, and then when he got better, and I think that's what took a toll on my husband, because it was like, I'm going to lose him, but then that didn't take him out. It was just something, he got better, and then that took him out. So it was a real big shocker to everybody. So I think that's what took him through the depression. So I had to just be an understanding wife at that moment, even though it was his worst moment. It wasn't our worst moment in our marriage. It was his worst moment. But I had to be there for him because he was just going through. And then later on, his grandma passed, like within a month. His grandma passed. So I just really had to get strength for my husband at the time. So it was his worst moment. But as a spouse, when your spouse is going through, you go through together. So you have to be each other's strength, even in their weakest moments. So that's one of the for better or for worse thing that we I didn't think we was gonna be crying today. But that's our for better or for worse when your spouse is going through. You have to know how to go through with them. But as far as going through when you're going through with each other, it's totally different. It's like everybody see the wedding part. Everybody see the wedding part. The wedding is the glamorous, the glitz and the glamour, the celebration. Everybody come there to celebrate y'all. And then sometimes you, like, before the marriage, everything peachy keen. Then after you get married, it's like, who are you? Like, you get that person. You get, like, who are you? So, just like we said before, becoming one as two different people, because everybody is raised differently. So when you're raised differently, you are in your mindset, this is the way things should go. But then in your spouse's mindset, oh no, this is the way things should go. And it brings a clash at times. Because it's like maybe the way that they were, you never probably didn't discuss it when y'all was dating. Maybe the way that they were raised, you didn't too much agree on it. But now that you're married, it's like, okay, I really don't agree with that. So how do you approach the situation with it? So it starts to cause confusion in the marriage. But that's when you have to sit down with your spouse and you have to sit there and you have to talk with them. You have to, like, listen, I understand, like, you were raised like this, but let's find a balance that makes it work for us. So, and then a lot of people have seen a lot of things as far as who this man? So a lot of people, so a lot of times you, oh gosh, Tay, you don't make me lose my train of thought.
So who this helpful? But it be like that though, like you be like, who this man?
Yeah, you do. Like, I don't know you. And even if you, and a lot of people were like, what is marriage going to do different? Like, the paper is just a paper. No, it's not just a paper. Man, like, they be like, oh, I'm good with living with them or whatever else like that. Yeah, you could live with that person for years, but marriage bring out a total different thing in a person. I promise you. So you're going to see some things. It's like a bigger commitment. So they be like, okay, I'm in this. So why not show you the real me? Yeah. So I'm going to show you the real me. The whole time we just living together, I got to hide some things, but once you get that commitment, oh, here I am, there you go, and you be like, hold up, wait a minute, I don't know who this person is. So that's who this man is, Tay. So I don't forget when I was on the road. God, I've been on the road, and you done sit there and talk about who this man.
Tay stupid. But and sometimes it be like Mr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde sometimes.
Yeah, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
I said Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, because you be like, because I think when you're dating, even if you stay together, you do little stuff to kind of, you know what I mean? You don't do anything to pressing each other buttons or nothing like that. So everything you try to make
it's like sweet and nice, because you're not in that commitment. That they make a difference. It makes a difference. Yeah. It's like, shoot, we ain't going to place now. We in this. We in this together. So here you go. You got This is what you got now. I can show you, like, you know how you get a used car and they show you all the glitz and glam, but they don't show you the stuff that's wrong under it. That's basically what it is sometimes. Like, shoot, you could be like, oh yeah, I could get this. I see everything looking nice and good. As soon as you drive off the lot, is a whole different car. Like, I didn't buy this car. So you get the problems. That's what it is. That's what I want to say. You get the problems of the car once you drive it off the lot. So that's one of the things. Shoot, marriage is something.
Hold on. So you saying I've been a bad cop? What the world?
No, you wasn't a bad cop. We just
I've been a Mercedes Benz.
Don't hype yourself.
I've been a Mercedes Benz, y'all. No. I've been a Phantom. A Phantom.
You get on my nerves. But anyway. No, you wasn't. Did I have?
I've been a Bentley. Y'all staring.
No,
I've been a Bentley.
We ain't off the cars. I'm trying to figure out.
Pierre, come on, bro.
That's right, Pierre.
No, bro, you can't do me like that now. Some used Honda. Hey, Honda's built tough though. Honda's built tough.
But I'm trying to figure out.
I was a
You still trying to figure out the car?
Yeah, I've been a Lambo. You know what I'm saying? Ferrari or something.
Nah, because we had to do some work on you. So you was a used car. I don't know what kind, but you was a used car because we had to do some work. And shoot, I was a used car because we had to do some work on me too.
You've been a Honda too now.
I've been no Honda. I was a used Mercedes. Okay.
Now she gonna boost herself up and say, come on, man.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
we going up on subject. But anyway, I'm trying to figure out what was our biggest thing when we first got together. Just basically like the cleaning. But at first, I did all the cleaning and stuff. Because like I told y'all before, like his mom did everything for them boys. So that was one of the main things that we had to go through. And I think we had to learn how to talk to each other. Because we used to talk to each other rough. Yeah. We really did used to talk to each other. We wasn't talking to each other, we was talking at each other. So we had to really learn that. And when you like them street people and they be like, listen here, take time of a station wagon, stop calling when I'm talking. You throw me off. So you know how when you them street people, you just don't allow anybody, no matter who it is, to talk to you any kind of way, unless it's your mom or your parents or whatever, or your grandparents. So when he used to talk to me a certain way, I used to get like real like, who you talking to? Because you're not going to talk to me like that, because I didn't have my dad. So I wasn't used to no man talking to me a certain way. So when he used to talk to me and that thing used to hit a nerve, ooh, he saw a total, it was on in that house. It was on.
I almost had to choke her out a couple of times, y'all.
No. Listen, I done told y'all about that meat now, and I done hit a window and everything, because it was like that. Like, we being really transparent here. Like, it was really the way we used to talk, and we had to learn how to talk to one another, and that we asked something in the timing and everything, and it made a difference in how we started communicating with one another, and it really lessened the arguments in our marriage.
Yeah, so we had to really learn how to talk to each other, because like, when I've been in the streets, you know what I mean, girl be disrespectful, I just talk to her any kind of how, like, I ain't been no filter. So I had to learn, like, you know what I mean, this my wife, I can't just talk to her like she's some chick in the street. So
yeah, it's a different level of respect that you should have. Yeah.
So I had to learn that. And basically now we really have any discord, and most of the time because of them kids. Because of them churn, man. We got 4 kids. We got a 18-year-old. Help us, Jesus. A 10-year-old. Let me finish telling you.
Go ahead, tell it.
An 8-year-old. We got a 5-year-old. Lord Jesus, y'all know how Bill Cosby on them shows used to tell Claire, "Let's leave these kids." Sometimes I feel like that. Like, let's leave these kids, man. But a lot of times we gotta get in stuff sometimes because of the kids.
Yeah, but lately our thing has been like for whatever reason, like we be tired. Like we're tired, and I be like, Dedrick, I'm tired. I'm working. Like, I don't feel like I get a day off because I work 5 days a week, and then on the weekends we're busy too. So like, really, I don't get a day to like sit there and rest. So we've been having that argument. So we've been having that. So I don't even bring that up no more, because he always like, I'm tired too. Dude, I'm not saying that you're tired, but listen, I'm just telling you that I'm tired. What Tay about to say?
No, we got Tay stupid, man. The Bible say, choke them and repent. You know, Bible
listen, you like,
but that
yes, Rika, learning process.
Yeah, but it is that is an argument that can happen a lot, especially when you got a husband and a wife working, and you like, well, I'm working just as much as you working, and then be like, well, once you do it, I tired too.
Yeah.
So that's how we get in a lot of our stuff. So we still got stuff we have to work on.
But that's our biggest thing. If y'all know, give us a solution how we can handle this, because I'm tired of going through the same thing over and over. Because every time I tell this dude I'm tired too. But you got more days off than me throughout the week. Nah. You do got days off throughout the week.
I work at 2 jobs, dude.
Listen. But you don't have to go that second job until 5 o'clock. Listen, y'all gonna have to give us advice on this one. Because I'm tired of going through the same thing. I'm serious. I'm tired. So how do we handle this situation? We're being open and honest. There you go, transparent. How do we handle this situation? How do we get out this little rut? Because every time I tell him I'm tired, and he be like, I'm tired too. I don't work. I don't have no days off. Dude, yes, you do have days off. You go to your second job probably about 5 o'clock in the afternoon if you're off on your first job. So you have the whole day to rest. Like, if he's working, then I get up in the morning to take the kids to school. But if he's off, he gets up in the morning to take the kids to school. That's how we've been doing that. But I still got to go to work at 9 o'clock, but he could be in the bed after I leave. He don't see that. Like, I don't have a day where I'm sleeping in. So y'all help us with that, okay? Y'all help us.
Tasty, all jokes aside, I have to work on my mouth as well. And that's true. Sometimes we then this kind of dealing with the better word. Because a lot of times where sometimes you may feel like the only way I can get my point across if I speak hard, I'll speak rough, like and especially if you used to that, you seem like more so when I talk rough, then I get my way. So definitely you gotta watch how you speak. And that's how we was talking earlier. And I know me, I got a big mouth. So sometimes when I used to get angry quick, but now it's like it takes a lot for me to really get upset. But when I do seem to get loud.
He called my name like I could be seen. Bang, bang. Like
I just got
just
big
that
mouth,
loud.
But so I really have to watch. Even when I'm talking to the kids, I got to be careful how I sound, especially how rough, because I don't want to sound too rough, and then they start fearing me, and then they ain't want to really open up when I need them to open up. So I always got to be careful of how I project my voice. But we definitely got to be careful how we speak to one another.
Yes.
And talking down or talking at them, and even when you're communicating, you're in a disagreement, you got to hear each other out.
You do.
If I'm already ready to say something back, then I ain't listening to what she's saying.
You're not.
Yeah. So definitely watch how you speak to one another.
That was really good how you point that out.
Yeah.
Like sometimes when we're communicating, we're going through that, we be so ready for a defense to get ready back to say, oh, this is what I got to say to you, till you're not really listening to what your spouse is saying because you're so ready to defend yourself. And it's moments when you do defend yourself and it's moments that you shouldn't. Sometimes, like, there you go. Because it's moments that you defend yourself and it's moments that you shouldn't. Oh, God, shoot. Tay down once again. No, but I was thinking about something. My bad, y'all. It's 4 kids. You know, women, y'all know when we have kids, we lose some brain cells. So this is 4 kids, and that's why I keep losing track, okay?
Okay, finishing because I got some things.
Okay, but yeah, we So if you're sitting there trying to think of what you're getting ready to say, how are you really listening to what your spouse is saying? So automatically you're going to take offense of what they're saying because you're not receiving it right. So you have to sit there and listen. And once they finish, defend or actually give the response that it is needed for what they just said. That's what I want to say.
Okay. My cousin Kia said she got 5 little ones at home, so she sit down and make up a schedule together. So I guess we kind of schedule that may help us a little bit. And Rika said, let her sleep. Rika always taking Kiki's side.
Thank you, Rika. I love you.
Let her sleep. Let her sleep during the one day during the weekend.
And that don't happen.
Both of y'all just go away for the weekend. That's that. Oh, I got you, Rika. I got you.
Oh, now he like you, Rika.
And Tay say it's only because sometimes when she feel like she gotta really yell is when you gotta repeat yourself a bunch of times. And
no, I got my sister back on this one. I feel you, sis. I so feel you. Because a lot of times the men don't listen to us and they don't respond. Or I'm not gonna say men. I'm just gonna say your spouse some spouses don't respond until you got that attitude, because that's maybe something that they're used to. So a lot of times when you're talking nicely and you say it really quietly and you're normal about it, like they hear you, but it goes out the door. But soon as you get that attitude, it's like you get a response. So I understand what you're saying, but we still gotta work on that. We still have to really work on that. But then you have to let the spouse know, I've said this to you this way, but you didn't respond. And a lot of times they don't see their fault, but it's a going through process. It's a going through until it actually starts to work.
But you know what's crazy? A lot of times where when you hear from your spouse, you don't receive it right then. And then if somebody else said it, then you get it. I don't know why that is, but it just seems like that happens a lot.
It does.
That can be frustrating. Like if I'm constantly saying something to you, and then you ain't paying me no attention, and then somebody say, well, da, and they be like, oh, yeah. And I be like, yo, dude, I was saying this 10 months ago. So that can be frustrating.
Yeah, because even when we used to go through our things, like I told y'all, we got a marriage enhancement group at our church. So a lot of times I was like, you know what? I'm sick of talking. I'm sick of he's not listening to me. So I would bring it out there. Mm-hmm. So, and then he would get what I'm saying because he heard it from other people. And he they broke it down to how I was feeling. And he understood it. Mm-hmm. So we got past that. So it was the help of that too that got us. So sometimes you may have to go on the outside, because even with kids at times, the parent could say a lot of things, but yet when somebody outside come, they get it. Mm-hmm. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, definitely. So, and if y'all stay in Georgetown, me and my wife are the president of our marriage enhancement. We have it at our pastor's church. So if y'all interested in coming, just inbox us. It's not just a Love Chapel thing, but we invite whoever wanting to come, and it's awesome, y'all.
And
it
what's
really
said in it stays in there.
So
you're not gonna hear your business.
You don't gotta worry about your business being out there. And it's every second Tuesday of the month. So if you're interested in coming, just inbox us and let us know, and we'll give you the details of it. But our pastor and his wife been married for 41 years, 40-something years, and then we have some people that's in there. I think
25, 30,
and I think the friends have been married longer, wasn't it? No. But so. Take advantage of it. If you're in Georgetown, or even if you come into town to visit during that time of the month, just inbox us and we'll give you the information. But it's very helpful. It's been very helpful for us. So just remember that. Somebody got a question?
Rika, you want us to do a marriage retreat? I was thinking about that today. We're going to try to look up some stuff so we can do a marriage retreat, okay?
Yes, that would be awesome. That'd be good. We're gonna get back to you on that one.
I agree with you, Simone.
Yeah,
I agree. Simone said timing is everything, and honoring tone with the truth makes it easier to receive. Men are made with a desire to be respected, and she said we still have to say it minus the attitude.
True.
That is so true. Yeah. I truly agree with you.
So you want to take at this time we're gonna. So
Pierre, when?
We don't. What do you say?
I've been invited y'all on the retreat. When, Pierre?
At the cruise, he did.
Nope,
he did.
That's your brother. Get your brother, okay?
But at this time, so we won't be on there too long on live. If anybody got any question at this time, y'all feel free to ask your questions. If you got any questions or comments,
did we get everybody?
I believe so.
Make sure we got everybody.
If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. So we can go ahead.
Thank you, Samaya. Samaya said, great advice. Your transparency is going to help others in their marriage. Thank you, Samaya.
Yeah. But y'all stay tuned. I know we was talking about our YouTube. We still working on some things to really get it how we want it. But we're gonna still, because right now only thing on there is our videos that we're doing on the live. But still, if you're subscribing, we still gonna pick somebody to give Valentine's gift to is the $50 like a Visa card, and then $50 gas.
$25.
I mean, 20. Oh, my bad. A $25.
You trying to give them the full take for 2 weeks?
And a $25 gas card. And I guess if it's somebody who don't stay in the state, we'll get everybody. We'll get your information and then we'll mail it to you or whatever is the easiest way to do it.
Martha, what retreat you going on? What retreat?
Well, we definitely gonna try that. I'm gonna get with my brother Pierre and see if we can come up with something so we can do retreat. So even if you stay in a different state, we can probably hook it up together. And we'll do some see if we can get the conference room or something, and then we just have a bunch of married people and we build on well, we're gonna get with Rika too. Is Rika idea? Yeah, Rika. Yeah, I say me and Pierre get together.
See, Rika, he trying to take your idea, him and Pierre.
No, I say Pierre because bro, they be doing the cruises.
We got y'all. We gonna set up some stuff.
So we're gonna try to do that well in advance. So even if you stay in New York or whatever, we can all still come together and get this thing done. Get it done. So
y'all make sure y'all enter, because a lot of people have not entered in for our Valentine's thing. Is just a few people. It does not matter if you're single or you're married or you're dating. It doesn't matter. You can enter into this drawing. We really want y'all to get it. So you have to subscribe to our channel.
Like our YouTube channel. It's Marriage 101 with the Gilliards.
And share.
And we're gonna pick somebody that has subscribed to our page. Like you said, even if you're single, you might get a date for that night. Say, hey, I got this $75. They slipping the Visa. They ain't know that you ain't spending no money. They ain't even know you ain't spending no money on them. You get it from a free gift card. So, but hey, you take a shorty out for Valentine's. So somebody says something.
Yeah, Simone said, you guys, truth is everything we couples need for it. Thank you, Simone.
Thank you. Somebody
Jenny said, how do you enter? She's not sure if she entered. If you subscribe to our channel, Janice, and you have liked our what?
You gotta subscribe to our YouTube page, and share our YouTube page.
And share our posts. Just share the posts.
But when you subscribe, all you gotta do is when you go to Marriage 101, you hit subscribe, and then you will be subscribed to our page. So, and it's Marriage 101 with the Gilliards. Yeah.
So yeah, that channel is gonna have a little bit different things. We're gonna try to get more couples on that.
Yeah. So it's gonna be different than the Instagram and the YouTube. I mean not YouTube and Facebook. So YouTube gonna have a little bit more stuff on it. So it's under construction right now, but we're gonna get it rolling and popping after a while. All right, thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all like this video, share this video,
and go
tag
subscribe.
somebody, and subscribe to our YouTube.
All right.
Peace.
See ya. Hit finish.